Okay, so this video is going to be about the new moon in Gemini, which is happening on the 27th of May in Australia. So that date might change depending on where you are in the world. So this is what this is going to be about. We're going to do I'm just going to share a little bit about what the energy is like, and then I'm going to lead us into a little meditation, and then I'm going to invite us to have a play and a little journal. Okay, so I'm just going to set a intention and a prayer for the start of this video, connecting to just the divine, gorgeous energy that is infinite, limitless, timeless, eternal. That divine energy that is circulating through everything, with everything, for everything. And I just pray to connect to that today and to really be of service, to show up, to be of service. And may this be helpful for you at this time. And let's have some fun in the process. Okay, so the new moon in Gemini. Gemini is the element of air, which is also related to the voice, communication. Air is also a little bit, it can be a little bit crazy, chaotic, restless, scattered. You know, it can be all these things, spontaneous. So at the moment, the energy could be a little bit scattered, you know? And it's like, how do we stay grounded while these things are going on? If you think about the wind, if you think about how the wind moves, you know, it's like when the wind is really intense, like how do we remain centered when so many things are changing around us and also inside of us? This might be a really powerful time for, you know, I almost see like purging out the stuff that isn't ours, isn't any more aligned with us, isn't aligned with us anymore. I can't talk. The things that aren't aligned with us anymore, we're purging that out at this time. And especially with a new moon, this is great time to set intentions, planting new seeds, fertilizing your soil for this next moon cycle. Okay, so what I wrote here was fire, not knowing how to. Gemini needs space. Gemini needs space so that it can take up space. So yeah, utilize your body, utilize the ways that you want to move. You know, how do you want to move in your body at this time? And sounding could be really powerful, you know, using your voice, humming, making sounds, talking to nature around us. Did you just see that? I swear I just saw something. That was weird. Okay. All right. And Gemini is the two faces as well. You know, make sure you're listening to your inner self as well as the external. You know, we're quite focused on the external world, but Gemini invites us to consider the internal world as well. Like, what's going on in your inner world? What's that like? I also heard that two seeds become one. So it's a merging. You know, we're merging into ourselves, into a new way of being during this new moon. Now, these messages may resonate for some people, maybe not for everyone, definitely not for everyone. So just take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Oh, I feel like we should pick a card for this time. Let's do that. I'm using the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. Just to kind of consider what energies we've got at the moment. So what energy do we have for this Gemini new moon coming up. What are the energies at play? What can we experience at this time? What is going to be very activating for us? Ooh, the threshold. Yeah, being pushed, purging out, purging out with the threshold. We're making space, there's so much space here. There's so much space for us to grow, to move into, to ground towards, but it might feel like we're a bit flighty. There might be this essence of like, I don't know what's going on, and a bit chaotic, but it's okay, because you don't need to always feel so solid. Sometimes there's great grounding and transformation in being adaptable and malleable, I suppose, to the changing situations of what is going on in your life. And we have one more card, please. What? Ooh, the Bardo. The Bardo is, from my memory, the space between life and death. That yummy spot between being born again and just after passing. So I do feel we're in strong rebirth energy. And, parts of you might be passing away. And, how can we almost have ceremony, almost have reverence for those parts that have served us and that are ready to kind of peel away, and having grace for ourselves during this time where things are a little bit unsure and a little bit uncertain, and you may not know, you may have the idea like, oh yeah, okay, I really love this idea, I really want to follow this path, I really want to do this, and you might have no idea how you're going to make that happen. And that's what this energy is about at the moment, right? This new moon in Gemini, it's like, yeah, I have this great idea, yeah, I really want to do this. And just trusting that you throwing those intentions out there is just all you need right now. Each path, each stepping stone will lift up as you need it, as you come towards it. As you can tell, I'm very handsy right now. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to lead us into a little meditation. And you can do this in and around the time of this new moon, or if you're catching it another time, that's fine too. But you're just going to gently close your eyes if that feels available to you. Breathing in deep. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly. And we're just going to explore feeling the inner side of ourselves, the inner self. So just feel into that space that is inside of your body, your inner self, and how that's feeling at the moment. Noticing any discomfort, any areas that feel good. Noticing the very potent crow energy that's around. And if there's anywhere that feels challenging, just see if you can send some love there, send some attention. Usually I like to use the breath, breathing in and then sending this gorgeous energy to anywhere in the body that needs some extra love. And then we're just going to breathe into the outer space. Okay. Now I'm moving to feel that place where our inner space meets the outer space. That layer of flesh, of skin, of and just energetically feeling the outer layer of yourself, of your being, of your body. Noticing if there's any differences. Sending love to any spaces, or strengthening your outer layer, your outer body, your outer shell, creating that beautiful protective layer between yourself and the outside external world, yet also knowing that they are one. And Gemini really brings this to our attention, the inner space and the outer space. And when you're ready, you're going to open your eyes. Little mosquito flying about. Okay, and if you have pen and paper or pencil and paper or anything, then we're just going to write and draw. So you can grab that now. And you're going to consider a seed that you are wanting to plant for this next moon cycle. So this seed could be anything that you're working on, anything you're wanting to work on, whether it's internal, external, a goal, a way of being, anything that feels yummy, not restricting or constrictive, something that feels expansive and open. Yeah, so just consider a seed that you're wanting to plant for this next moon cycle. It's landed on my head. And then once you've done that, then you're going to write down, what is one action that I can take to nourish this seed today? What is one action that I can take that can nourish this seed today? And you can draw your seed and you can draw the nourishment. What I found really powerful when doing this exercise is actually seeing what colors came through. Let me see, I've got my... Seeing what colors came through and what the movement of the water. And yeah, this is mine. I did a bunch of different seeds and nourishments. And I just did one actually each day for a couple of days, and I actually loved it. It was really good. So I thought about it for this new moon. I thought it was a really good intention setting exercise. So yeah, one thing that you can do today that will nourish that seed and give it some roots. Okay. And then here are the writing prompts for this new moon. You may want to do it on the new moon or around the new moon. I usually find like 3 days before and after the new moon or any moon is like the energy is still really powerful. So yeah, anytime around that, light a candle if you want, get a beautiful cup of tea, and yeah, just explore the inner world. Usually it's nice to just, put your hand on your heart and just breathe into yourself before writing. So I'll invite us to take a breath into our heart and exhale. Okay, these are the prompts. What changes do you feel brewing inside of you? What changes do you feel brewing inside of you? In what area of your life are you feeling most restless? And is this needing your attention? In what area of your life are you feeling most restless? And is this needing your attention? And how can you invite more spontaneity, adventure, or play into your life? How can you invite more spontaneity, adventure, or play into your life? And lastly, where could you use your voice more? In what area of life could you be using your voice more? Beautiful. Well, thank you for this little connection time and connection to the moon and with each other. And the new moon is a great time. Set those intentions. Bring love into your intentions and watch your seeds grow as you nurture them with all your yummy energy. Blessings and take care.